from the Oregon mountains to all the Mesilla Valley, reaching all of New Mexico. Broadcasting live from the Las Cruces studios, bringing you the issues that matter and the topics that count. Telling it like it is. It's the Mike Tellez Show. And now here's your host, Mike Tellez.
Hi, thank you for joining us today. My name is Mike Tellez, and this is Mike Tellez Show. Today, I have a good friend of mine, and I am going to call him a good friend of mine. He came back into this area, and I tell you, it was a sigh of relief to see this man come back to Las Cruces. Our town needs him. John Munoz.
Mike, it's good to be
brother,
here.
It's good to see you, man.
It's been too long.
It has.
Too long.
You know, how long is it? Well, how long ago did you leave?
I don't know. It seems way too long.
Wow.
I don't know.
You know, when I see you, I see someone who brought jobs into this area. I see somebody who is a go-getter, and I see hope for tomorrow. When we see you come back into town, you know what? It's going to be okay. John came back to town.
That's a lot of pressure on me, Mike.
It is. I'm going to be. We're going to
good.
keep the pressure light. How have you been, man?
I've been great. You know, I've been blessed. My family's doing well. My wife, my son. You know, we were just reminiscing right before the show how Stefano just. How small he was, and he's grown up so quickly, and time just flies. It just really does. It does.
You know, your son was a little guy when I saw him last.
Yeah.
And now he's big, driving a car already?
He's driving a car.
All right.
He's taller than I am, which isn't hard to do because I'm not that tall.
I'll tell you what, they divvied out the tallness to people this generation, what I would have given.
They did, but it's great seeing you, and I'm just happy to be here with you and with all the work you do in the community and with the Dream Center, and you're still continuing that work, and such a good business person here. And so I think that I'm humbled by your compliments, but definitely you have done so much for Las Cruces and southern New Mexico.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
And you know what? It's good to have you here, man.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
What brings you back to our neighborhood, man?
You know, I am very happy because I have started with a wonderful company, Western New Mexico Communications, or WNM. This is a company that was started by New Mexicans, and it serves New Mexicans, and it's run by New Mexicans. So it is a totally southern company, right? And it's so we provide communication services. So whatever your communication services or needs are, like broadband, telephone, streaming, we do that commercially and residentially. So we started with the footprint in Silver City. Kendra Young, Matt Favor have done an excellent job in really kind of starting and plowing the ground for us. And now as we grow that with Daniel Metzler, myself, and the rest of the team, we want to grow into Deming and grow into Las Cruces and the surrounding areas and keep on growing. Again, this is a New Mexican company. You know, we're not from New York. We're not from overseas.
You understand us then. You understand the culture.
That's absolutely.
That's so important.
So definitely, if someone calls into our customer service and says, "Hey, I have a question on this. I'm sautéing my green chili," or whatever it is, we understand. Versus if you called somebody from New York and say, "Hey, can you hurry this up? I have a quick question. I have green or red chili on the stove." You explain that to someone from New York, and they're like, "What?
What is that?"
What are you saying?
And you know what? That's if you have some from New York. Usually it's outsourced.
Yeah, it could be overseas, and so again, there's that barrier. So we have
a real person answering the phone.
You do.
From this area, who knows who we are.
Yep, absolutely.
That is, you know what? That's what we need. Service. You mentioned broadband.
Right.
What do you mean by broadband? Internet?
Well, yeah,
service?
internet services. I mean, and I think they're so important right now, and we will talk more, about this hopefully in the future shows and with our communication. So, broadband is to me and to all of us not just a wave of the future, but it's a need now, especially now with the impacts of COVID. Folks are at home learning. They're at home working. They're at home staying in communication with their grandmas, with their aunties, uncles, relatives, with their kids. it's needed.
It is, and you know what? It is now. I mean, we can't live without it anymore.
Right.
I've seen businesses shut down because it went out.
Yep.
And we need with dependable service.
Right.
Because right now it's not that good.
Right.
All the companies, because we constantly are looking for speed, all the companies we deal with just do not have what we're looking for.
Right.
That's awesome, man. And do I hear jobs possibly being created and all that?
So we will be looking at growing the company. We'll be looking at growing our footprint. You mentioned the quality of service. So there's a couple of things. One, we provide the newer technology. Folks have been working with old copper and old coax, and so we will provide some new technology so that you're able to make those connections. So that kids, it's already hard enough and frustrating enough to be at home and trying to learn through things.
Yes,
Can you imagine the glitches and in and out.
And they're every single time. Even right now.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it is. We do not have a good service in that.
Absolutely.
And they blame each other. Well, it's your tech unit. I just got this.
Yeah.
But it's that.
Yeah.
And is it 5G? Is that part of anything? What is that? How does that relate?
So we're working through wireless services, through fiber, the new fiber, and so we're gonna coordinate those efforts and grow our network. So but it's not just technology. Also, Mike, you mentioned earlier, you understand the people in New Mexico, you understand the culture. This is a hometown company. This is hometown communications. So that if you say, if we're at the movies, once that opens up, or if we're at church or at the park, hey, John, let me talk to you. Hey, I need this new service, or I'm expanding my business, or my kids have moved back at home, and I need, more broadband. I need stronger, faster internet. Can you help me with that? I'll be able to help you with that. And you'll be able to check with me next week when we're in church, or when we're at the movies or at the parks, and say, hey, John, okay, I'm signed up. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You'll be able to call, some of our employees that are here in Mexico.
And patience.
Yes.
Because, a lot of the problem is that people will call in, and they get rushed off because they don't have patience. So you'll have patience for the less tech-savvy people, such as myself, actually. Wow, that's awesome,
and we're experiencing that, right? Because you have parents who are trying to help out their kids
for the first time.
Yes, exactly. And you have teachers who are also learning their platforms like Canvas or Seesaw and teaching the kids.
Exactly.
And then you have grandparents who also raise kids. And can you imagine the technology gap there?
Unbelievable. I see a lot of them because I deal with a lot of parents and a lot of kids. Deal with a couple hundred a week. And you know what it is? It's a nightmare. And right now it was thrown on them from one day to the next.
Right, exactly.
So they had to become savvy real fast, or else they can't help their kids a bit.
Yeah. This is one of the highest failure rates we're seeing.
It is, 80%. You know what? I saw one of your clips. Maybe we'll get it on the next show, but where you have that help service.
Yes.
That is so amazing.
We have to be creative now. COVID has changed our lives.
It has.
It's going to be different. It is. And again, this is why I'm excited about Western New Mexico Communications, because you have people who've been in New Mexico for a while who care about their neighbors, their friends, their family, and they're being creative. If it's a business now, most of the restaurants, it was called in takeout.
Exactly.
Now that's pretty much most of their business now.
It is.
And some of it is online.
I see that not slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah. No, it's not.
The days of sit down, they're cut in half.
Yeah.
I am so glad I'm out of that business.
Right.
I am so glad I'm out of that business. But now more than ever, people are going to depend on that. That is it. And businesses, they'll have a website you can order and do everything on, or they're out of date. And they didn't have much time to prepare for that either.
Did not.
I've got friends in the industry out there that, the one I sold the restaurant to, man, he had a hard time catching up because he had to change his model overnight. And it's tough.
Yeah.
And if you don't change it overnight, you're not going to be here long.
Right. Right.
So more than ever, that is a must in business, or else you're not going to make it.
True.
And I did a survey around town, and 40% of our businesses will probably not reopen. 40%. Why? Because they got something thrown on them they were not familiar with.
Right.
Now, to have somebody they can call, depend on, who's patient, understands them, to help them through that transition, that's a lifeline in business.
And we'll be there for them, Mike. So I get it. I get it. We just have to do things so differently now.
Yes.
In mom and pops or companies that have been around for a long, long time now have to make some major gear changes.
Yep.
And we'll be here. So we will provide some business solutions.
And I saw the way you're capable of doing tutorials and all that. That's what we need, man.
Yeah.
I hope you've already started. Are we started, or are we close to launching?
We're launching. I'm working with Kendra Young. She's our marketing and public communications director. And we will work to inform our customer base, to inform our friends, family, and neighbors, and transition them into really a new age of communication, a new age of doing business here in New Mexico.
And you know what? You are a marketing expert. I remember your marketing. You are marketing. We'll know when you're ready.
We had lots of fun.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what you see different, and when we can expect this service to start. With the Mike Tellez Show, my name is Mike Tellez.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here. Horizon Granite is here. We'll come to you to customize your kitchen and bathroom with beautiful countertops and cabinets. Find out more at horizongranite.com. Call us at 575-650-3180.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here.
Make yourself a beautiful home.
Hi, I'm Ray Bamberg with Here on Earth. I would like to invite you for a free hearing evaluation to our office. We've been here in southern New Mexico for 34 years helping people hear better.
If we want to improve America's healthcare system, let's start by improving the health of Americans. Despite the best doctors, hospitals, and medical advancements, Americans are not as healthy as they should be. We spend too much on treatment and not enough on wellness and prevention. We need a system based on primary care. When patients have a medical home and a long-term relationship with a doctor, the result is a longer, healthier life and reduced medical costs for everyone. Let's make America a place where health is primary.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
Welcome back to the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez, and we are here with John Munoz. John.
Yes, sir.
My goodness, you're telling us about all this going on, and we're anxiously waiting. And John, what do you see different in Las Cruces? You've been gone long enough to come back and see something different.
Well, we still had our home here, but that was precious time because, after Sitel, I joined a firm and I hired over 2,200 people.
Oh, mercy.
Within 3 different states, hired the leadership, trained them, got them going. And so I was busy. I was busy.
Well, John, you employed 600 people here. And you know what? You trained a bunch of leaders.
Right.
You trained a lot of people that the rest of the city benefited from.
Right.
And you've done a lot for the community. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a week go by that I didn't see something going on in your world. The mover and shaker of Las Cruces. And so the city, what do you think? You know, it's not fair with the virus because we don't see it the way it is. We see it the way this epidemic sent us, but where do you see us going?
You know, I see a lot of potential in Las Cruces in southern New Mexico. You know, I've had a chance to visit and live, work through three different states. Had a chance to live up north in Santa Fe. I have lived in the past in Albuquerque. Las Cruces has always been my home, and I've always gravitated back. So I see a lot of potential. I think we need to work together, to be smart about it, and really focus in on our youth.
Amen.
I think that is our future. What happens here, and it's still happening, is that our kids get educated. They have
leave.
Yes.
All of our talent goes someplace else.
They do. Yeah, they do. And so I think, you know, finding things for them to do, creating good jobs here,
right,
and providing just really just technology. And again, you know, we have the potential. We have a lot of smart people. We have a lot of good people here in Las Cruces. And again, you know, it's just I can't tell you how happy I am to join a group like WNM that are New Mexicans. They have a history here in New Mexico, and they care about not just the product and what we do, but they care about people right next to them, whether it's the grocery store, whether it's the movie theater, church, whether it's the park. I think that's important, and I think that if we have a good solid base of communication with each other, and we set up some plans to think not just about the now, but about the future.
Yep.
I think kids will stay here, and they'll be able to interact and take care of their parents, take care of their grandparents, so that, you know, they're not getting an education at NMSU, go Aggies, and then they go. We want them to stay here.
You know, I have a daughter. She double major, NMSU, went to Mesilla Valley, A student her whole life. She was on the Dean's List her whole run at Aggies. She graduated top of the class. She went to law school at University of Florida, Gators, which I'm a Gator fan now by default. But, you know, I asked her, I said, so where are you going to work when you come back? I ain't coming back. There's no jobs here.
Yeah.
She got a great paying job in Tampa. And so now she works for a major law firm in Tampa. And you know what? Her mother just dies not seeing her. And she just can't stand it.
Yeah.
And you know, I said, wouldn't it be nice if she would have had a job so well here, something. You know, we're ranked 50th in the nation. And for the world of me, you've been around a lot of places, and I've been around a lot of places. I just think we have the potential you're talking about, because we have something that a lot of these others don't. We are hospitable people.
Yes.
We're giving. We like each other. We help each other. And you know, for you to come back to this area, there's got to be something you see in this area. We're seeing the same thing.
Right.
We're seeing a beautiful city. And we don't want it to go down. We want it to go up. And coming back, and you know, I just know that we're going to see great things coming out of you there. And where do you see the community going, and how long?
Well, I think that, you know, again, you mentioned, so I worked through some of the states that I worked in. We hired 2,200 people. That's a lot of folks.
Yes, it is.
A lot of startups. So between Florida, Texas, Nevada, and then eventually we moved into Virginia as well. But you know, I got to see different folks, and they do a lot of good things in those different states, and you have good folks there too. But it's not home. It's not Las Cruces.
Yeah.
There's an ingredient, a recipe or something.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it's working together. It's putting the community as a priority, you know, before our own individual needs. And I think we can do that. And so I'm looking forward to growing the business in Deming, to eventually growing here in Las Cruces. We're growing and then expand throughout New Mexico. I mean, I think our company has a lot of potential, has a really good future. We have good leaders in our organization, and And then it's good to be here in Las Cruces where the weather is just fantastic. Look, I know it gets windy once in a while.
Yeah,
There's 5 seasons, right? So we have.
But it did get cold the other day. I think it dropped to 50, so we had to wear light jackets.
Right, exactly. But there's the 5 seasons. You know, it's a 5th, John. What? You know, winter, fall, summer, spring. What? Wind.
Yep,
so
there
we have 5 seasons here. But once you get over the wind, I think you're fine. This is a wonderful place, and I think people. Like your daughter, and who knows where my son will go after he finishes his college career. But after they've been gone for a while, they start missing. You know, in a sense, I still lived here, but I was working elsewhere, and I missed this place. And I think
wasn't the same, was it?
It was not the same. No, I mean, like, you know, you're in Nevada and Las Vegas, and like, wow. In Florida, I mean, my office there was probably 11 miles from the beach there in Daytona.
Wow.
You know. And all wonderful things, right? But it's not. It wasn't New Mexico. It wasn't home.
I was gone for a while, and I came back, and I smelled the chili roasted at the plants. I said, only here can we smell that beautiful smell.
Right, exactly.
I love this city, and I'm forever going to fight to try to help the kids that need help, substance abuse, mental health. I'm aimed at trying to get a workforce with the people from here that live here. Try to help them get their lives straight and get going so they can get a job with you. And I know you love this question right here. Do you have any plans politically?
Well, my focus is really to grow the business with WNM and keep that. That I think will create some jobs. It'll create an ease for residents to communicate with each other. It's going to provide business solutions for businesses here in town.
Like a POS or?
Well, I mean, there's so many. There's such a list, a litany of services that we provide. And again, you mentioned, you know, a while ago being creative and doing things differently. We do have to start doing things differently.
Absolutely.
And showing and having the patience of someone, you know, who has been in business for 50 years and, you know, didn't deal with internet or broadband,
Right.
you know, deal with some of those systems.
So there's a personal touch.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've spent time where, you know, some of our employees have spent, you know, just, you know, a long period of time with the customer, and the customer is at the very end saying, "Wow, thank you so much for your time," because they know it's valuable.
Patient.
But they help them through, and it says, "Listen, and you know, we had a session, taught you. If you get stuck or have more questions, we're still here." And I think that's the important thing is that
And
we've got to help each other.
Grown. People don't understand how unusual that is today.
Yes.
There is not an all New Mexico.
Right.
I can't think of one. But that's huge,
Yeah.
because you know what? We know each other.
Yep.
We know what we need. We know how frustrating it is when somebody doesn't understand that we do not know what we're doing.
Exactly.
And we're scared sometimes to let people know what, I don't know. And we'll stay on the phone, and I never thought I would be so thankful for someone giving me a minute of information.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And so, you know, that's much needed, man.
Yes.
And, you know, in this town, I can't get off broadband because I hate the broadband I have. But I'll be in.
We'll talk to you after the show.
You got it. We have one place that I'll go to, and it is lightning fast. And I said, "Well, who's your broadband?" He said, "Well, you can't get it anywhere else. Corporately, we're able to get it, but you'll see one good service and you'll see 80 bad ones, but good, dependable service. That is so needed at a reasonable cost.
Exactly.
With service.
Right.
From a human being. Well, you got an idea right there.
Here in town. I mean, I'm
here
excited.
in town, where you can walk in and talk to a human being somewhere.
Yeah. So we're here, Silver City, Cliff, New Mexico, Demi. So it's a southern New Mexican company, and we want to grow that company. I mean, some of the guys that, you know, they're in bucket trucks, and that's where we're looking at you know, some future growth where you will have technicians or folks in a bucket truck, you know, wiring up our wires and doing the work, or someone in customer service answering the phone where, you know, they say, "Hi, how's it going?"
And you don't go through phone hell, is what they call it there, where you keep getting connected, wait for another
push
one,
button,
wait for another one.
Yeah.
Then at the end you get cut off.
That's
and
right.
have to start all over.
Yeah.
You know, did you ever think in your life you would see such a huge need for service?
You know, I didn't. You know, I knew we were eventually going to get there. And when I was on the president of the school board of New America School, yeah, I mentioned that several times, where eventually, you know, kids are going to learn differently. You know, I used to say that the time of dry erase boards and chalkboards, that's almost over. You know, people are going to learn. But the thing about this is that was a progression. And I thought, well, we're going to get there, you know, in 7, 8, 10 years. This happened almost overnight.
And you know what? I can't tell you how many people have come up and asked me, how do you use an iPad?
Yeah.
How do you get on the internet?
Right.
How do I log on? And they don't know. It happens so quick. And then they're saying my kids are failing bad.
Yeah.
He's got all F's. You know, I said, how can that happen? Well, they threw it on him so quick.
Yeah.
So you know what? We need dependable service right here. No matter what anyone thinks, this is it.
Right. Yes, sir.
But you're here.
I'm here.
And you're officially moved in. You're back.
I am back.
Your mail's going to your house right there.
Yeah, the mail was always going there. I was always paying the bills. We were, but I am now working in Las Cruces, working in Silver City, working in Deming, the surrounding areas.
Right
this
on.
is my home base.
You don't know the amount of respect I have for you, because you know, when you were at Sitel, before we officially met, you treated me like somebody. You treated me so well that they asked, well, do you know him? I said, I do now. But you've always been so good with people. You're just such a good person.
Thank you.
This town loves you. I know it does.
Appreciate you.
There's a lot
you.
of people that missed you, talk about you, and the paper people kept writing about you leaving, and you know what? I bet they're glad you're back, man.
Well, I'm glad I'm back.
I guarantee you I am.
I'm glad I'm back, and I want to get involved in the community again now that I'm here, and don't have to fly around the country.
When you get ready to get going, please come on and let's talk about it, and let's get this information out there, because it's needed.
We'll do. And obviously, you know, folks in the Deming, Silver City area, and as we're growing Las Cruces, can also get onto our website.
You got it, man.
And we will help you out.
Hey, John, I just want to thank you for being here. And I cannot wait to get this going. And you know, we're on Easter week. And I'm going to tell you something. We're blessed. We're a blessed community. We're blessed people. And it's all been paid in full on the cross by Jesus Christ. Don't forget that Sunday. My name is Mike Tellez with The Mike Tellez Show.